Hey everyone, my name is Dr. Andrew Junak. I'm the owner of Peak Physiotherapy and Performance. Today I want to talk about the 4 best exercises that you can do to correct your posture and get rid of neck pain. The first exercise that I want to talk to you about today is called the scapular squeeze. This is a postural exercise that also loads or activates some of the deeper upper back muscles. So the way this exercise works, I'm going to show you kind of the back view. Is you're going to stand up nice and tall, or you can be sitting down and do this exercise. Your goal is to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds and relax. And squeeze and relax. And squeeze and relax. One of the biggest things that you want to avoid doing is when you go back to squeeze is you want to avoid shrugging. So you don't want to see this or this movement. What that's actually doing is that's activating your upper trap muscles, which are usually overactive and tight anyways. So what we want to focus on is loading up those deeper muscles in between the shoulder blades by squeezing those shoulder blades together. So if you're picturing these are your shoulder blades, our goal isn't to bring them up and together, it's to bring them straight back and together. Try this exercise for one to help you correct posture and to begin your journey to a pain-free neck. Alright, so this exercise is really challenging. This exercise or this movement is called a wall angel. It's very good to strengthen up the postural muscles of the upper back and also get you in a good head and neck position. Alright, so I'm going to walk you through this. Most people probably won't be able to maintain the ability to complete this exercise without some sort of discomfort. So you want to take your time with it, and I'll show you some different modifications that you can do. But the proper way to complete the exercise is you're going to have your back, shoulders, head, elbows, and wrists up against the wall. While they're all maintained against the wall, you're going to bring your hands up and try to touch your fingers together and back down. Now while you're doing that, you don't want your elbows or your wrists, head, shoulders, low back, you don't want any of that to leave the wall. So when some people are just new to this exercise or they have really poor posture and they can't stop that from happening, here's a nice little tip. Let's say you start here, elbows, and let's say you can only get your fingers against the wall. If you can only bring your arms up here before your elbows come off, then stop. Don't go any further. Just work from here to here until you gain the mobility and the stability and strength to go a little bit further. And then eventually, before you know it, you'll have your hands up on the wall just like that. Repeat for 3 sets of 5 to 10 repetitions. This exercise won't hurt anything, but it will feel really, really tight in your upper back and neck area. So just to be expected. Give this one a shot and let me know how it goes. This next exercise is called a pec stretch. So it's actually a pretty common exercise, usually done by people, but it's oftentimes done the wrong way. A lot of times people will actually crank on their shoulder, when actually your shoulder doesn't actually move during the movement. The purpose of the pec stretch is because oftentimes the muscles in the upper back are much smaller, and we don't have an opportunity to target them as much with some of our training and some of the different things that we do throughout our daily life. Whereas our pec muscles, it's very easy to fall into this rounded shoulder posture, and those muscles become tight, and then they don't allow us to sit up nice and tall and have our shoulders back. So this exercise helps to correct posture, and if these muscles are tight, it can also contribute to neck pain. So it will also help to alleviate or help get rid of neck pain. So the way this movement works is all you need is a door frame. So you're going to bring your hand just like this. The door frame is going to sit right along that forearm in your hand. Okay? From here, a lot of times people will do this lean forward sort of thing, and what that does is it adds a lot of torque to the shoulder. What you want to do is you just want to rotate away from the wall, and rotate your neck away from the wall too. You'll feel a nice stretch all across here. I don't like to hold the stretch for 20 to 30 seconds. I prefer more of an active type of stretch. So you'll stay in that position, you'll rotate away from it, and then rotate back. And just kind of poke into that tightness. Make sure you bring your head along with you. And 3 sets of 10 is perfect for this exercise. You can do this on both sides. It just helps to correct posture and also alleviate neck pain. So the next exercise in our series, for neck pain relief and postural correction is called the cervical retraction. You can do this exercise in standing, sitting, or laying flat on your back. So the purpose of this exercise is to put your head and neck in a better position than where it typically rests. If you have neck pain, there's a pretty good chance that you have this posture called the forward head posture, where your neck is a little bit further forward and maybe you have some stiffness in this area here. So the goal of the cervical retraction is to bring your head into a better position. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a side view here. So you'll be sitting up nice and tall. Your goal is to take your chin and bring your chin straight back, just like that. Okay. The exercise may look like you're trying to give yourself a double chin. I promise you will not end up with a double chin from doing this exercise. But what you may feel instead is some tightness or discomfort over here in the back of the neck. You might even feel that tightness or discomfort radiate down into the shoulder blade or down into the arm. That's actually normal. This exercise helps to stretch and address those tight and stiff areas, and in doing so, it may actually cause the pain to get less and less as you do more. If you find this exercise or this stretch aggravates your symptoms, reach out to me at Peak Physiotherapy and Performance, or reach out to another trusted medical provider to get a little bit more detailed information as to why this is happening. So this exercise you have to monitor while you're doing it, because if you do this too much and you get an inflammation or an aggravation of your symptoms, you don't want to continue to do it. So make sure that when you do this, you monitor your symptoms and you do this exercise correctly. Do not look up when you do this, just go straight back, just like that. 3 sets of 10 to 15 is a great place to start.